In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a stock that is about to make a massive move tomorrow. All right. I'm also going to be doing an updates on the stocks that I've mentioned yesterday and discuss where we're at right now. Some of them are doing really well. So congrats to anybody who took them. We're also going to look at the overall markets like we always do on this channel. Alright, y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. So what I told y'all on Sunday came to pass. I was on time, very on time. So the gap on the left, as you can see, with QQQ got filled today. All right. Now there is a small issue. The question of are we going to see a bounce or are we going to continue to drop lower? That's the issue. That is the question that I'm sure is on most of you guys' mind. All right. And I think we have the potential to have another big move down. Now hear me out. Let's look at the SPY itself. Now with the SPY, I'm going to erase a whole lot of these to make it a little bit cleaner. And then we're going to, again, the gap on the SPY is right here. But the thing about the SPY is that the gap is all the way down to 497. All right. So not all gaps got taken care of. We actually took a day trade on SPY at 9 o'clock. Like I said in that video, I was expecting the gap to get filled. This one had a lot more room to drop compared to QQQ. That's why I decided to take SPY puts right when this thing actually started to roll over and rejecting the pre-market's resistance. Once it rolled over, got on puts and just I had a stop loss of 505.5 with a price target of 498. The gap filled. And I just held and held all the way until like, what is this? Until 10:45 where I sold some puts. When this thing got to 501, it started curling back up. And I was just waiting to see if it could go a little bit lower and a little bit lower. And then near noon, that's when I decided to sell most of them. Again, I knew out 1205 when this thing was curling after hitting 499. And then I got out completely 10 minutes later. All right, when the SPY, when QQQ filled this gap. All right, I saw that one filled, and this one was about to make a rebound. I think it's going to continue lower. I think that's going to get taken care of tomorrow. Also, the VIX is not looking like it wants to give up. If you look at the VIX on the daily charts, it's looking like this. All right, and also look at that. There is next level of resistance way up here, which is when I think the market in general would have a real bottom. I think it's going to bottom out when we see the VIX go up to $23. So just keep that in mind. All right, just watch out for these movements. Watch out for that. There is some stocks that are about to make huge moves. The first one, that stock is actually the only, well, not the only one, but the one that I want to share in this video. That stock is Amazon. All right, now let's look at Amazon real quick. First and foremost, huge move throughout the last year and 4 months. All right, now it's rolling over with the overall market. A lot of stocks gave us kind of like a bearish engulfing candle as we're dropping. But Amazon, if you go onto the, I believe the 1 hour, yeah, if you go on the 1 hour and you zoom into just this section, there is a descending triangle on the chart right here that broke down right here, right below the level of support at 182.4, broke down and then stayed down. Watch this one for a drop all the way down to like, I'm gonna say 174 bucks by Friday. I think it can make it. The structure looks good. All right, And again, keep in mind, when this happens, the stock is not supposed to go back in here. It's really not. I'm gonna set an alert right here, right at where the entry is supposed to be, and that alert is not supposed to ring. We're supposed to see this thing actually go sideways, maybe have a little bit of a pump fake to exactly 182 before falling down to 177 on Thursday. Or just we might see the whole move happen on Thursday, and then the whole market might reverse on Friday. All right, there are reasons why I say that, and we're going to get to them. But for tomorrow, watch Amazon for a continuation down. All right, I forgot to look at IWM. Let's do this as a quick update. This one is still dropping. It's still falling, and this is what I mean by the bearish engulfing candle. This is sign of a continuation downward, and typically what happens after these, we get something like that. Typically, not always, all right, but typically whenever we see that and the daily chart is still bearish, this is what we get. Again, like I said before, the bottom for IWM is 187.5. So if you are shorting it and you're still holding it, I mean, congrats on making money on it first and foremost. But if you're still holding it, I believe it has some more room to go. Now, an update on Oracle before we look at the stocks that are having earnings very soon. So again, Oracle, I share this one with you guys throughout the past few videos to short it with put options. Those put options should be up by a lot. Congratulations if you got in above 121 and are holding. It's not quite in the green circle, but the potential to get there is there. All right, the potential to get here on time, it's there. So if you're still holding it, like I said with the other stocks that I've mentioned, IWM, this one has room to drop. Right now, some stocks that are reporting earnings that y'all should definitely keep in your watch list. The first one is Discover Financial Services. Now, this is a bank, and with the banking sector, I've been kind of bearish on them. I shared with you guys Bank of America in the past, which I've done really well. And I forgot to even do an update on this one yesterday. So Bank of America should have paid y'all. I told you guys, watch it for a drop down to $35. And it exceeded expectations and stayed here until today. For Discover, I expect this is an IV crush, which means that the bulls and the bears are going to get annihilated tomorrow out the gates. And the trend is bearish. There is a massive gap to fill at 110. I think it's going to try its best to get down to at least 113 bucks. Whenever there's earnings, like the candles get really big. Like we might see something like that. Just a huge range from 96 to 104. Much bigger than all of these little ones, right? We might see a big candle tomorrow. So keep your eyes out for the opportunity for a short on Discover Financial Services if we do sell off and everything else continue to go downwards. The other stock, or the other sector, I would say, apart from the banks that are reporting earnings, is ALK, which is an airline, Alaskan airline. Today had a big move up because United Airlines had earnings and crushed earnings. Is there a structure on here? I would say maybe, but it's not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest I've ever seen, at least. I see a bull flag on the chart. I don't like it. I really don't. It's looking kind of lumpy on the way out, and it's just not wide enough. So we'll see how the earnings report is. There's a gap to fill at $52. So if the reaction is positive and it opens up really high, the first 5 minutes is key. Again, I repeat, the first 5 minutes is key. The color of the candle, whether it's green or red, followed by huge volume at the bottom. that is the key. So pay close attention to those little details for tomorrow. Now for Thursday leading into Friday, Netflix is up. Now with Netflix, let's see here. Let's look at the daily or the 4-hour. Now with Netflix, this might be the stock that quote unquote saves the market from calamity and collapse. All right, it might be the one. Let's say the other ones tank and drag the indices down, and we experience an extremely violent sell-off, way beyond 498 for the SPY, and way beyond 426 for QQQ, and we just keep dropping. This one might be positive, and we might see new highs for Netflix. We might see it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's my thoughts on all of these stocks. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way YouTube notifies you whenever I release these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Also, don't forget to follow my social media at Paul Nguma and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.